Hello, Cam family. I hope you're doing all right. It's another weekend, and we are back with another analysis for you on the coins that you requested on our Telegram channel. Today, we have several coins analyzed for you in different time frames. We start from daily time frame and go to 4 hour and hourly time frame in order to provide the best trading opportunity in the coming week for you. So don't forget to like and subscribe to our page. And if you want your own analysis, just write it in the comments and we'll do one for you as well. So without further ado, let's just see what we got. All right. The first coin that we analyzed this week was COA, and it was on the daily time frame. We have already talked about the pattern form for this coin, and if you remember, there was a lot of hype on this coin in social media, and even CZ, the head of Binance, talked about it. Now, since then, price has been going through a distribution phase, and you can see the Wyckoff theory has been working just fine, delivering target to the lowest level possible. And since then, price is stuck inside this support zone under this curve, and market makers have not made a strong move yet on this coin. Now, if you're stuck in this coin, we just suggest you to wait for higher target levels in order to get out of your losing positions. And if you want to just buy it, it's better to wait for either lower support levels to have better entries because there's quite a distance to get to lower levels, as you can see, about 50%, or wait for the price to make a strong move and recovery and then enter. So if you're not stuck in this coin, just wait for a strong move to happen and then buy. But if you have like fundamental information on this coin and you just want to buy it, you can buy it inside this zone, but not with a lot of money. Just a small amount, maybe, I don't know, $50, $100. Just keep it in the portfolio for higher target levels. Now, moving on to the next coin, let's see. For this week, we got Rose, and this is an analysis on the lower time frame. And as you can see, price is actually ready to make a strong move. So let's see what we got here. Based on the pattern that you see here, price is about to break out from this wedge and go higher, probably inside a diametric pattern. And this diametric pattern, if we add like more legs to this, wave G, okay, and then another one probably here, you can see that, okay, price is moving inside this diametric pattern to higher levels. So it's not a bad buy if you want to trade this coin. And we published this analysis a few hours ago, so price has already started to move from our first support line. So if it comes down to the first support, you can buy it for the black scenario. And if the blue scenario happens, you can have a second entry around these levels for wave D to finish, and then ride it for wave E. Now with the stop loss, it depends on you. You can set a stop loss around here, which is like a little bit risky, and the safest one would be below this level, but that's too far. So if you're scalping, a stop loss could be around here, which is fine. And we have already explained how we set up our stop losses. So we get the whole distance between the two entries, and then we get the first target from here to here, and then second target, something like that. And then the stop loss would be below the average entry point here, okay? So this would be your stop loss because this will give you a nice RR1, risk ratio 1. But it depends all on the risk exposure you want to have. Okay, I personally would prefer to have like lower stop loss for safer trading opportunities. Now moving on for the next coin, let's see. We got OP, which is another higher time frame analysis. Let's see what we got. So with this coin, you can see the price already has broken below a long-term pattern and is going down with an ABC pattern. Now we have to decide whether wave C is already finished or there is yet more bearish movement to come. We have obviously talked about this coin before, and since our support line that we talked before, price has recovered for 27%. Now the question is whether the momentum will keep up to break above this trend line or we will go down and finish wave C. So if you already watched our previous analysis, you should just try to hold your positions. Now, if you're new to this analysis, you have to wait for the price to come down to our support zones to buy. One entry here and second entry here. But if you are not into a rush, then it's better to wait and see whether price will give us the safest possible option or not, because this move has already started. Okay, so if it comes down, we prefer to wait for this, and if it goes up, then we expect to keep moving up to higher target levels. So for new entry, maybe just try to buy it at the safest level possible, and if you're already in, just keep to your positions with this stop loss for the first target. Now, since that wasn't much of a help, let's go to this coin. And if I go down to lower time frames, you see price has already broken above this trend line with a strong move formed a few weeks ago since early 2026. Now, this move looks promising for a meme coin, and we believe that if everything goes well as planned, price could actually deliver higher targets. And how should we buy this coin in that case? Then it's easy. First, you have to wait for the price to come down and clear out these resistance zones, okay? Because price already broke up above this trend line, okay, and has retested the trend line again. Now, if this coin wants to keep pushing forward, we have to see some momentum forming up. And once the momentum is formed up, we can enter above this level as our first entry, and then we can have another backup for the second entry to ride it for higher targets of 47 cents, 52, and 60 cents. Okay, you can get the exact numbers from here. And if you want to set up a stop loss, obviously the stop loss is going to be below these levels for scalping positions and leverage positions, maybe somewhere around here, okay? But the safest form would be below these levels, okay? But as usual, as I explained, you have to get this one, okay? From average entry, okay? You can get like the first target here. And the reason we put the first target is because of the technical levels. Because if you want to get 1 on 1, the risk ratio 1, it should be higher. But because of these wicks here, it's better to just book profit around here. And once that's out of our way, we have to like say, okay, 12%, right? Come to the bottom, come to the middle part, and then for 12%, your stop loss for scalping positions would be here, around here. But if you want to be safer, you could go even lower. But the RR1 gives us this ratio. Moving on to the next coin, we got VIC. Now let's see what we have here. It seems that we have a similar situation with this coin as well. You can see a trend line has been broken, but momentum has not been strong enough, which gives us that, okay, this was the first move, and then price is cooling off under wave B, and soon the wave C will push price to higher levels. Now, what we should do, you should know by now, first wait for a breakout above this level, okay? And once price moves to higher levels, we can say, okay, we got the first target about 8.6%, and from that level, let's see, 8.6%. The stop loss would be here, but again, if you have more technical knowledge, you can go to price action and set the safer stop loss according to your analysis. But as I said, we do not want to put particular stop loss on all these analysis in order to avoid being hunted, because for different levels of scalping, risk management is important, and you should know which level suits you best. Now, moving on to the next coin, we got QNT. All right, you can see the price has already made a strong breakout out of this trend line. And if we consider another ABC pattern forming but in higher time frames, we can say that, okay, this was wave A for the correction, and now we are going through wave B of the bigger correction, which can take price to higher levels before price can visit the lower levels again. And our focus is riding the wave B on this big ABC pattern. Now, if you zoom in, you can see that there is another ABC pattern forming inside wave B. And with the trend line being broken already, you can see that price has delivered the first move, and now we are getting a pullback as wave C can deliver higher target levels. So, if you want to enter this, you can set one order at 82.50 and another order at 76.1 with a stop loss below this level. Okay, this could be a nice stop loss, but if you go even to lower price action, a safer stop loss would be here. And this depends all on the leverage that you make. So depending on how you want to play it, you have to calculate your loss correctly, okay? So we got this, and then we got around 12.4, and then 12.4. Moving on to the final analysis of the week, I can tell you that we got GRT. Now, based on what I explained already, our team has put the stop loss here, and you can use this analysis as a solid one for trading with leverage or on spot. So the trend line has been broken again. We got a strong move forming as wave A, and this is the correction for wave B. And from the looks of it, wave B is finished here, and wave C has already started to move to higher target levels. Now what we can do is to set one order here at breakout. You can wait for the strong candle to form to go to higher levels, and once that forms, we have to set one order here and another order here as backup. Based on what I just explained to you, okay, we got around 12% of stop loss, and here again around 10 to 12% of stop loss. It all depends on how you want to play your cards. This is the stop loss suggested by the team for scalping positions, and if you want to make even longer term analysis and like spot buying, you can set the entry here and set the stop loss here. But that wouldn't really give you a nice RR, risk reward. The best scenario is to just buy and get out here, because if price comes here, our analysis has failed and we prefer to just get out. Okay, save our the remaining part of our positions and our money and try another analysis. But if everything goes well, we will try to book 50% here, 25% here, and 25% here. I hope you enjoyed this analysis and everything was according to your needs. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see the next analysis on the next week. Until then, stay safe and have fun.